Today's guest is an artist who's been steadily carving out a space with a sound that feels both atmospheric and deeply personal. Known for blending emotion, melody, and immersive production, Skystar creates music that pulls listeners into a world that feels reflective, dreamy, and real all at once. In this episode, we talk with Skystar about the journey behind the music, the creative process, and the stories that shape that sound. Skystar, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah, thanks for making the time. I know you've been doing the intimacy tour lately, so you probably got busy with that.
Real busy.
How is that going?
Went good. Still, this third leg sold out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, fully sold out. You know, all of Edmonton came out. We have people from Toronto came in.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have people from Saskatoon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people, Calgary people came in, people from Victoria, BC, Vancouver, you know.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so it's
That's awesome.
Pretty sold out show.
Oh, I love that. And I think you'd said you'd stepped away for a little bit from music, so this was kind of you returning to it.
Not really stepped away. So last year I had to do a lot of family time.
Okay.
You know, and a lot of decompressing. You know, to decompress because I was on the road for like 3 years straight.
Wow.
You know, yeah, and I had a few medical issues that needed to address. You know, so
Yeah.
I had just like instead of like being on a lot of shows last year.
Yeah.
We just did more marketing and branding, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this year, definitely back on the road again.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, sometimes you get really caught up in the industry and you forget about yourself, right?
Easily.
Yeah, it's important to kind of take a step back sometimes and
Yes.
take care of yourself. I hope you're feeling better now.
Yeah, well, you know, God is good.
Yeah,
You know,
that's good.
God is good, and it's a work in progress.
I'm glad. Well, speaking of stepping back, let's step back to the very beginning.
Let's go.
All right, so take us back to Kingston, Jamaica. What did your childhood look like before you went down the path of music?
It's just a pretty normal, average life. Like, you know, the typical poor background, you know, growing up, poverty-stricken life, you know. Parents, a single parents. My mom's, you know, and my siblings. It was rough still, you know, but you know, but those days was really fun. Even it's weird, it was rough, but it was fun. Yeah, because you're young, you don't know that you're poor. You're just enjoying life, going to river, hanging out with your friends in a community, all that, you know, picking fruits and playing games. You don't know that you're poor, but after a while now, when you start getting exposed to life outside of your community and meeting other people, you realize, oh, I'm lacking monetarily.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but God was good to us. You know, He kept us healthy, food on the table, even though, you know, my mom's never let us go to bed hungry. You know, so that was good.
That's a blessing. I can kind of relate to that. When I was 3, I lived in Lebanon for a little bit, for a couple of years. And yeah, we would make our own toys. We would play outside. Like there was no screens, you know. We all rode the same bicycle, like everyone in the community there. And yeah, you're right. Like you don't feel it when you're a kid. You're just happy. Like money wasn't a problem when you're a kid.
No, that's why. You know, one of my favorite artists, he said this. And when I saw the kids, them so playful, it reminded me that life shouldn't be so stressful.
Yeah.
So we have to be grateful, you know, and shout out to Agent Sasko. Those lines in his songs are very powerful.
That is powerful. I love that. You've spoken before about experiencing violence in that community.
Oh, yeah.
And even losing your home when you were young, at 9. So that's something people can't imagine. But how did that change you as a kid?
Didn't change me, you know. It didn't change me because I was 9 years old. I was still young to even understand what was really going on, you know. But I know that living in the hills of Mudtown when the Andem warriors, they came there and it was all a turf grab, you know. People like, you know, turf war and gang violence and because, I was just living with my mom's. My mom's helpless, you know what I mean? So we fell victim of that gang violence and that turf war, so our house got burnt out and we ended up living on the streets for a good little bit, probably about a year, living on the streets like here and there, and trying to, feed ourselves, but as I said, my mom was strong still and I got family in the countryside. So I was bouncing back and forth from St. Andrew to St. Anne's,
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
That's rough. Like you said, at 9, you're still processing the world. You're still processing who you are. But when you look back at that, those experiences as an adult, how do you process them now, or what did they teach you?
Teach me to be strong. Know that life comes with a lot of challenges, a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter. There's nobody in this world who are going to escape what life is going to bring to them. You know what I mean? We just have to just live it a day at a time and try to learn from it, or, try to mitigate as much as we can. But at the same time, life is already preordained. So whatever comes your way, either you pray or you just take it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Life gives you lemon, you just make lemonade. But I mean, looking back at those things still, I guess that's why I'm so poised when it comes to music, because that was my escape. All these tragedy, all these adversities that happened in my past. Yeah. Music was a way I find the solace, that peace, that tranquility. It takes me away. It's like reading a book. Yeah. It takes you on an adventure to places that you've never been before.
I agree. Art really is a form of therapy. I mean, it's very cliche to say, but it's true.
It is true.
Writing, especially, music. Most artists will tell you that. Yes. So when everything around you was unstable, who kept you grounded?
First and foremost, just believing in God kept me stable. I was introduced to a church from the day I was born. So that belief kept me stable. That's the first thing. And there's a lot of attributes and a lot of things around, like, the community itself. Like you have family members, my stepmom, Anita Rose, she was a big player in my life growing up as a kid when all these things was going on. My mom's, and there was my past manager as I was a teenager, Mark Francis. He died, R.I.P. Mark. He was the mentor and father figure to me. So that kept me, those people kept me grounded, And I have good friends like Smichael, the Smichael brothers. I got Chris, we got Black Dice. We got good friends that was there, to help and, to show love.
That's awesome. During those times, you used to help your mom sell juices in dance hall events.
Yes, man. Naturally.
What do you remember about those nights?
Nights tired. Because as a kid, you came from school, you can't just go home. Yeah. You came from school, you go right to where mom's juice cart or vendor cart is, and you stay there until evening comes. Then night comes, and then it's time to go home. But then going home, there's a little dancehall party keeping. Now, this is the way she can upsell these things, add a bigger markup to the price, So she's not going to miss that.
No.
Exactly. And we're there, so that's a part of the sacrifice. Yeah. So just by being there all the time, seeing that, and the entertainers, back in the day, those entertainers used to like to perform on the microphone and, in the dancehall party and holding the vibes. As a juvenile, I was just looking at that like this. It's amazing, blow my mind. I'm like, yo, how they do that? Like, as I'm probably about 6-7 years old, I'm like, wow, I want to do that one day,
Yeah.
And it becomes everything to me. Like,
well, yeah, I was going to ask that. I was going to say, is that kind of the first time you felt the energy of music? And
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then, so sometimes when kids grow up around
and music like that, they don't realize it's really shaping them, right?
True.
Yeah.
True.
When did you first think, like, maybe I can actually do this? Like, when did you say, like, that's it, that's what I'm going to do? When did it hit you?
To be honest with you, the first time I made a song, I have a friend, because I was living in Mudtown at the time. I have a friend, a Rasta friend. His name is Jara, right? He's a whole family of musicians, them, right? So Jara used to come and make songs, but we were kids still. And he used to make the songs, and I'm mesmerized by him singing. So I always want him to sing them over and over so I can catch it. Just to re-sing it, right?
Yeah.
And so one day I made my own little song and we sang it. And every time we meet up, we'd sing it. But
I love that.
Right?
That's
but
awesome.
I didn't care. But I noticed in elementary school, what they call elementary school here back home, it's called primary school.
Right, yeah.
So in primary school, I used to always be like singing, like making up songs and coming from school, me and my friends, and we're doing it. But I noticed I have this deep joy inside of me doing it, right? Wow. Still not knowing that this is something that I'm going to do. Yeah. And then I after my house got burnt out, we leave the country. I ended up living in the country with my stepmoms, Anita Rose, and my dad.
Yeah. That's
in Monique, St. Anne. And I met these two brothers in the yard. They live in the yard with us, right? Randy Rose and Gawain James. But Gawain James was the one who loves to sing, loved music. Like, he could make the songs. Like, so we start doing battles. Like, you know, you guys call it rap battles. We call it clash.
Oh, okay.
Right? So we start doing clash. Every holiday I'm there, we're doing it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so then now I got to 13 years old. In my community, they have these things. So I moved back to Kingston 20 now. So Kingston 20 is where everything starts.
Okay.
That's in the heart of the rough streets, you know?
Okay.
So I moved back to Kingston 20 now, and I used to go to like a little pop-up concerts, you know, down Brook Valley, like Mad Sting, La Benz Corner, you know, and I used to go to Princeville, and they used to have a thing called Battle Thursday. Mm-hmm. Me and a kid called SLR and Turtle, rest in peace, Turtle. Goofy used to keep this thing.
So music was a big part of the community.
Oh yeah, it's just the thing. That's Jamaica.
Okay.
When it comes to music.
Yeah.
So I used to do battles there. I used to win the battles and stuff, and this is when it really got serious. So now I have some friends growing up like brothers. Smichael, I got Nathan. His name is Brinks Blondetto. So now I was on the corner singing in my community. And this guy was there just listening. And he's like, yo, what's your name? I was like 13, 14. He's like, what's your name? And I said, A.R. Rose. That was my name at the time.
Right.
Before Skystar. And he said, you made all those songs? And I said, yes, man. And he says,
you impressed him.
Yeah. And he says, don't worry yourself. I'll talk to one of my friends for you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but I wasn't looking at it so I went going on with my life. At school one day, me and my friends were, you know, singing in high school still. And my friend says, yo, you want to go to the studio? And I'm like, you know about studio. Like, what you know? Like,
yeah.
And he says, if anyone comes up with $300, I'll take you guys to the studio. So he took us to the studio for real. That's down in Waterhouse, Studio Mix. And I swear to God, when we recorded, I'm like, yeah, I'm a star now. I didn't know that.
That's when it hit you.
Yeah, I'm a star now. But it's nothing. I'm like 13, 14. It just sounds weird, you know. It's just a vibe.
But when you went back to your family and you said, like, this is, I'm actually serious about this, whenever you went back, I'm sure it wasn't when you were 13. Well, you might have.
Well, no, it was
it was in that
between
moment.
13 and 14, yeah. So now, the guy that, Mark Francis, that I told you was like, I'm going to introduce you to my friends.
Right.
He came for me for real. Mm-hmm. and took me to the studio in Havendale, and he took me to Bobby Digital.
Right.
And then then I had a friend, Dane Chang, who had a studio called Versatile. So he took me there too. And I started recording for real. And I heard my first radio ads was for a club called Asylum, nightclub in Jamaica.
Right.
And when that started playing, that wasn't a song, it was just an ad that I made. Yeah. And that started playing in my community. Everybody like, you're big now, you're a superstar. You know, everybody's like, yeah, I'm feeling good. But then, this is when it gets real now. Like, this is what I'm going to do. Is when they start taking me on shows.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, you're going to become an entertainer like your uncle. She always saying that. Ever since I was a kid. I should have mentioned that. She's like, you're going to become an entertainer like your uncle.
I was going to ask if your family was supportive, if they took it seriously.
Oh, yeah. They were really supportive of it. That's crazy. That's why I'm wondering, like, I used to hear people like, my parents never really wanted me to do that. But I don't know. My family never had a problem with it.
That's a blessing. Yeah.
That's a blessing. Because I grew up in the rough streets. Yeah. So they were happy to see that I have something to distract.
Right, right. You have direction, something to keep you kind of motivated to move forward. But it sounds like even when you're talking about making the ad for a nightclub at 13, kids grow up really quickly there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure that's shaped your music in a way.
Oh yeah, big time. Because I was in that club performing at 13 years old.
Yeah.
Nobody
you wouldn't see that here.
No, you can't see that. But it's just the grind, right?
Yeah.
So now when Shotty Mark said, you know what, I'll take you to somebody. Now I was 14 years old. I never forget this. It took me to my now producer, Dean Mundy from Vigilante Studio. Okay. I was 14 years old, biting on 15. Yeah. Right? And I met with Dean now and I recorded my first radio song.
Yeah,
at
that's
15
awesome.
years
Wow.
old. Yeah,
that's amazing.
I become the community superstar, I become the giant in the community. I wasn't making any money, but,
your name was out there.
Oh, yeah, big time, you know. And I had a song called Simia. I call it Rude Boy. They call it Simia. And that song was playing all over Jamaica, worldwide too, as a 15 years old. And it goes on and on and on. And I don't want to rush it, but that's when it get really serious.
That's amazing.
For your question right there.
But when I listen to music, I hear a lot of struggle in it. But there's also a lot of resilience in it. Would you say that music is, well, you did mention how music has become therapy for you. Do you ever go back and think, like, I think I miss kind of pieces of my life, of my childhood, where I wish I just kind of was a kid? Or was it always like, rushing to make ends meet, and then maybe this music will be a way for us to, to make a living kind of thing?
No. Because now I'm able to make my kids living a childhood life. Yeah. Because I know what was taken away because of the situation surrounding the environment. Mm-hmm. What was taken away from me. Yeah. Right. And I can't change that. I can't go back in the past. But what I can do is make it different for my kids. Make them be kids.
Right.
Don't have
Give
to
them
worry.
their childhood.
Yes. Let them enjoy. Be what you want to be. Live how you want to live. Just be respectful. Right. Have manners. And yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Was there ever a moment when you were writing a song or performing it when you realized you were actually processing pain?
Yes.
Which song particularly?
35 to Life. 0 to 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me more about that.
35 to Life is very true. Like, it's if you listen to it, it says, I woke up this morning and I found my gun. Mm-hmm. I'm saying a prayer while I'm hiling it down. My mom used to say, son, you are the wildest son. Please give your life to Christ before the time is done.
Wow, that's powerful.
And that's true, like every single word. So in the verse I say, I'm from a place where the Don is the voice. So the Don, you know, like the kingpin, the ruler.
Right.
He's the voice. You know what I mean? I have my gun on my waist, not any belts. It's just my gun on my waist. You know, but I have this gun to protect my plate and to protect my life. Some say it's a phase, and I say it's otherwise.
Right.
What do you call a guy who's straining while his kids are crying?
Is this a personal song? Is this
Personal.
It is a personal
Yeah,
song.
because I have my kids. I'm struggling. I'm poor. I got a gun, and you know what I mean. And it was just a lot to bear, but it just came out in music. You know what I mean? As I said, music is my ozone, so I sing about the life that I know.
Right.
So it has to connect because it's real, and not only me going through that kind of pain. You have other people going through that exact same thing in a different place.
Well, and that's what I was going to ask is what do you hope a person who lived in a similar environment or neighborhood, not necessarily someone who lived in, Jamaica, but what would you hope they took from that song?
I hope they took from the song that we can be better. You know, even though we're going through this is the reality. But at the same time, there's always two sides to a coin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we keep going the same places, we're gonna expect the same results.
Absolutely,
And exactly, until we change our mindset, then the place around us will change. Because we influence the world to be what we want it to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's...
So when you're writing music and when you're performing, do you feel a certain sense of responsibility to, give or put out that message as an artist?
Yes, of course, because music is a vibration,
Yeah.
It's as much as how a lot of people might deny, but it's very spiritual. You know what I mean? And hence the reason why I don't sing certain type of music anymore, because as I said, we influence the world to be what we want it to be, not your world, but my world, right? If the energy I give off is negative, then I'm gonna reap the negative reward.
Right.
Right. So if I sing good music, songs of upliftment, songs of happiness, love, or even songs to just enjoy life, brag and be happy, you know what I mean? Then that's the environment that we're gonna create.
And so were your earlier songs more negative or more...
Not so, I wouldn't say negative. I would say the art of what we have lived and saw and understand.
So do you feel like those songs helped you process your pain and now you kind of just want to try something different?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not necessarily try something. I'm still the same person.
Right.
But it's just find a way to make it more palatable
Right.
to the world, you know?
Does that become exhausting at any point where, you're trying to appeal to a large audience?
No.
No.
It's music.
Yeah.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm a plumber and I just do domestic work, someday when you give me industrial, I'm going to be happy because it's bigger money.
Yeah.
It might be more work, but more work, you get more manpower.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So now that I have to appeal to a bigger audience, I get a bigger team.
Right.
You know what I
It's a challenge for you. It sounds like you like a challenge.
I love the challenge.
Yeah.
It's music. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've mentioned, you've hinted in other interviews that, about facing gatekeepers in the industry. What kind of resistance did you face?
Not necessarily. Gatekeepers are everywhere when it comes to anything that has to do with public responsibility.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Gatekeepers, you can't stop them. You just have to kick the gate. You know what I mean? And my manager, my team says to me, there's a lot of things going on. I'm like, yo, I don't know what's going on. And they say, listen, don't worry about that. They are not obligated to you. You just do enough and go as hard as you can that they just have no choice but
To accept you.
to accept you.
Yeah.
And
What were some of the struggles that you faced in the industry?
I don't even know what to say.
You're like, I blocked that out.
Yeah, I don't make that be a problem to me. Because at the end of the day, you can suppress talent for so much, but not too long. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't really face problems in the industry. Like, there's problems, obviously, mm-hmm. but it's not a big deal to me because it's been there before me. Right. And it's been there for bigger than me. So just have to push the way you can until somebody says, you.
Trust the process.
Yes, just there you go.
Do you feel like those struggles made your music more authentic though? Even if they were just little kind of hiccups? No. My
music is just authentic because I am authentic. It's what it is. It's not the industry. I was doing music before I know about an industry. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Let's talk about a huge moment in your career. Your nomination at the Juno Awards for Wheelin, Come Again. Where were you when you found out about that?
It's to be. Let me correct that. It's the nomination for my Sky's the Limit EP. Okay. For best reggae recording of the year 2025. Okay. So, yeah, good. So, ask question again. Sorry.
I was wondering about for Wheelin Come Again. Was that wasn't the one that was nominated for a Juno?
No. Was Wheelin Come Again now is number one. Okay. Is the number one song in Canada on all the reggae charts.
Right.
So yeah, so that's
important too.
I know that's where you want to get to still. I know, but it's okay. Well, I like that you said that. Still. Let's put it in.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's put it in the universe. You hear that?
Well, your Juno nomination. Mm-hmm. Describe that experience when you were nominated for your Juno.
I didn't even expect it. I swear to God, like, it was not even on my mind. My manager submitted.
That's amazing. Yeah. Okay, I see. It was a pleasant surprise.
Yes. Yeah. So the morning, I was just there on my phone chilling, and Kirk Diamond messaged me and said, "Congrats, bro." I'm like, but I'm thinking he's saying congrats. I'm like, so I said, "Respect, man, that's a 40." So I'm thinking he's saying congrats for something. I don't even remember.
Yeah. And you said, "I'll take the congratulations."
So yeah, thank you.
But for what?
And then I said to him, I texted him and I said, "Congrats. But what's going on? What you mean?" He's like, "On your Juno nomination." I'm like, "What? You're joking with me?" So I was on the phone with my manager too, right? And he's like, "Yo, Sky, you got nominated." I'm like, "Yo, you guys trying to play with my head today?" You guys, so you like to run pranks, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Yo, you guys trying to prank me today?" But then when I went on the website, I'm like,
wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing. Like, I got a Juno nomination. Yo.
Yeah, that's amazing. That would be unreal.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Junos,
That's awesome. In that moment, did you think back to the kid in Kingston at 9 years old?
Oh yes. I look way back.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. So far I came with my music. I didn't even expect this. Yeah. This is really, really beautiful. Now that gave me the zeal and the passion. Like, it put something in me to go harder. Because I see possibilities now, Right. I'm like, yeah.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, for me, when I think back to 5 years ago, I'm like, I don't even know who that person is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because I came back to live here. I restarted a career, and it's amazing how even a short amount of time can just be so unbelievable, right? Exactly. When you first created Wheelin Come Again, where were you mentally in your life?
A bad place. Okay. A dark place in my life. So first, I'm saying this on any platform. Yeah. I was at a bad place. Like, people don't know, but I was at a bad place. and nobody knew. Like, you know, it was a rough time, and the roughest time in my life when I made that song. And you hear it sound joyful. The song has a joyful sound, right? That's all it is.
How were you able to transfer joy into a song when you were in such a rough place in your life?
To be honest with you, I don't know. I think it's just God just gives you that medication that you need in that moment, you know. Yeah. It's like if you have a headache, you run to a painkiller. You know, as you said, music is a therapy, right? So I guess that was my therapy at the moment.
That was your outlet.
Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, and yeah, and it all has to do with the Junos too. Like when I got that nomination, I said, yo, this is really good. Like I can sing something. I'm heading straight to the top. You know, I have that in me. Like I believe in myself. Absolutely. It's not that I'm saying I'm better than no one. Of course I'm better than most, but I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. You know what I mean? So I'm heading straight to the top. It's just a confidence, Absolutely. You know. But I was at a bad spot in my life, you know.
Yeah, because the phrase "Wheelin" come again, it's big in dancehall culture, right?
Big.
It means something is so good you have to run back and do it again.
Yes, ma'am.
So what does that represent in your life story and in that moment?
Because, let me tell you, you have people in this world who want to do you bad stuff, would like to see you down, fall, you know what I mean? And they'll try everything in their power to bring you down. So now, when they try what they try and it don't work, and they realize that they can't get a rise out of you for what they try, just tell them, Wheelin, come again. Try it again.
So was this kind of like almost like a message as well?
Yeah, it's a message too.
To these people.
Yes, man. Yeah. It's a message.
When it started gaining traction and hitting charts, did it feel like it was like a validation for things that you've gone through?
It was meant to be. Yeah. It was meant to be. Because the only thing, the biggest revenge you can give the enemy is success. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was meant to be. And it, I just have to say thanks to all my fans, all my supporters, everybody who stream, all the radio personnel, all the media personnel, everybody who believe in this song and believe in Skystar.
It's a good song. It's a great song. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
You're scheduled to perform at the 9 Music Festival in Toronto, right?
Yes, North by Nighties. I used to call it that too, 9.
So what is it?
It's North by Northeast.
Okay, so because it's written NXNE.
Yeah, I used to say it the exact same way. Even last week I keep calling it 9.
Oh, really?
My manager.
I feel less bad about it.
No, don't feel bad about it. My manager is like, no, it's North by North. I said, bro, it's 9. Like it's 9. So he said, listen, you can't go out there and say it's 9. It's North by. I'm like, okay, I hope I can remember that.
Well, what does it mean for you to represent Edmonton and reggae on a stage like that? Because Edmonton isn't really known for reggae, right?
And that's the gold. Mm-hmm. That's the diamond. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm so proud, and what you call it now. I'm really enthused to know that I can be a representative for Edmonton, and not just Edmonton, Alberta itself, as a voice for reggae music, you know, uttering straight through Canada, all over the world.
That's awesome.
I'm very pleased to know that, you know, so it's a lot.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it, thanks to the North by Northeast people, Billboard, you know. It's one of the greatest feeling. And thanks to my team too, because my team, oh man, they work in overdrive, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think you've got new music coming up, like Mudtown.
Mudtown, that's my new EP coming out.
Right. What inspired that one?
Mudtown, because that's where I'm from.
Okay.
That's Mudtown. You know, I've always wanted to do a song called Mudtown, because Mudtown is very significant in my life as a kid growing. That's where I found music.
Right.
That's where my house was burnt down. Yeah. That's where I live the poorest of life.
Right.
That's where I started school in my life. That's where I started my first friends in life. Motown is the what do you call it, epitome or the epicenter of Skystar.
Oh, that's
That's what
awesome.
I'm saying. Yeah. So I thought that, you know what, I need something that is significant and in remembrance of where I'm from, you know. Even though I was born and raised in Patrick Gordon's, Kingston 20.
Right.
But Motown is where my eyes were open.
Okay, I see. That makes a lot of sense. So what's the next big goal for you? International collaborations, big tours? I mean, I'm sure you'll want them all, but what's your focus right now?
Well, my focus right now is my EP, my coming up EP, the Motown EP, and we're doing a mini tour for it. Sometimes I don't really like to talk out a lot of stuff, but
Keep us guessing. Keep us wanting more.
Yeah.
Just tease it a little bit. That's true.
So Europe.
Europe, we're going to Europe.
Yeah,
That's
we're going to
awesome.
Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
exciting.
That's one of them, and we're going to Vancouver, Victoria, Ska Reggae, Victoria Ska Reggae Festival.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing that, and we're doing a leg out in Red Deer.
Okay.
Red Deer, that's African Carnival Festival.
Right.
Yeah, we're doing that, and there's so many.
That's amazing.
There's a lot still, but I don't want to say everything yet.
No, don't let it. Keep them wanting more.
Yeah, we're still in the contractual stage, you know. So I don't want to say too much, you know.
I'm excited. We're going to definitely keep an eye out for those. That's awesome.
Most definitely.
But I kind of want to end the interview off with a rapid fire set of questions, if that's okay.
Yes, man.
All right. So the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you these, if your life was turned into a movie, who's going to play you?
My son, Caleb.
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. One Jamaican artist you challenge in a freestyle battle.
Agent Sasko.
Okay. One thing about the music industry that fans would be shocked to know.
It's a business.
Yeah.
It's a business. 100% business, not even the talent.
Yeah.
It's a business.
The weirdest thing you experienced in Canada. I'm sure you experienced culture shock.
What's the weirdest things? Oh, when people make the food, they don't have the name for the food. They would say honey garlic mustard bread.
Chicken with rice. It's like, okay, but like...
Yeah, it's like in Jamaica we have a name for food. Like, you know, like, yeah, like we'll say curry goat or jerk chicken then.
Right, yeah.
Here they would say barbecue, onion, scallion, chicken. Like
They're like just listing ingredients.
Exactly. So yeah, that was a culture shock.
A song that you wish you wrote.
Thank you, Jah, me wake up this morning, roll out the herbs before me start yarning. Turn round, bust a kiss pon me darling, tell her say honey me a touching at the streets. In the streets me see poor people bawling, enough juvenile they for eat from morning. Where the black woman future me asking, where the system a do fishy. Yeah, big up the girls them we fight it alone and a race 2-3 pit me pon them own. Where the man they no man no they home, Babylon have them in a jail. That song, Vibes Cartel.
Oh, that's cool.
That song, when I was in the streets hustling as a teenager, when I just left high school and in the streets now hustling for myself, trying to be a man. That song, like, it was a part of our life. It was our like a prayer in the morning, you know?
It was like an anthem almost.
It was like an anthem, yeah.
Yeah, wow. If you had to delete every song except one from your catalog, which one are you keeping?
0 to 100. Yeah.
One thing about Jamaica you miss the most?
Community, the love, the people, the community, and the natural food. What you said? One thing?
You know what? I'm sure you're so homesick. I'll allow
I'm
multiple.
very homesick. I miss the healthy food.
Yeah.
Eating healthy. That's the most thing you miss. the healthy environment, sunshine every day. And,
Yeah, I bet. If you had a reggae-themed superhero alter ego, what would your superpower be?
Goldilocks zone, man! Goldilocks zone, man. What would my power be?
Yeah.
Hit songs.
Okay, so just coming up with the songs like
Yeah,
that.
man. Hit machine.
That is a
Michael Jackson
superpower.
style, of course.
Yeah, I love that. Your dream collaboration?
Agent Sasko.
Awesome.
Agent Sasko.
Good answers. Thank you for giving those like just right off the top of your head. That was
Thank
great.
you.
And thanks for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me here. It's a great joy to be here. Lamis.
Yes.
Did I get your name
There
right?
you go. You got it correct. Thank you.
It's a great joy to be here, and I just want to say shout out to all of Edmonton, Alberta. Thanks to all my fans, all my supporters who support me, you know what I mean, and keep supporting. Look out for new things coming. Trust me, this year is gonna be lovely.
We're very excited.
Yes.
Thank you. We'll keep
Yes.
an eye out for sure.
Yes. Shout out to my team. Can I do one more shout out?
Sure, go ahead.
Shout out to Saffron's Restaurant
Oh.
and Gen X Parties and Catering